what does Airwallex do in a nutshell?
Yeah, Airwallex is a global payments and financial platform. We help businesses collect, manage, send, and spend their funds.
Cool. And so what are the key benefits that users see?
Yeah, I mean, look, as you can see from the stand, this is an all-in-one financial platform. So we can support global accounts, bill pay, FX, transfers, cards, expenses, but all in one platform.
Amazing. And what kind of sets you apart from other apps in the space?
Yeah, look, I think that clearly there are many apps around. I think the main differentiator is that Airwallex can do all of these things, whereas I think most apps in the space will focus in on a specific product, whether that's cards, expenses, or global accounts.
Okay.
Our view is that accountants and in-house financial professionals want to simplify their financial tech stack, and we believe the best way to do that is to use a product like Airwallex.
Okay, nice. And are there any new features on the horizon?
So one of the great things about working at Airwallex is that there are always new features on the roadmap. Recently we launched our bill pay functionality, but actually there's a ton of really exciting stuff which I can't reveal now, which though is going to land, and I think is going to be game changing for many of our users and partners.
Cool. And lastly, do you see any changes happening in the FX space?
Yeah, I mean, listen, look, I think, as I mentioned before, the accounting space was something of a digital laggard. If you go back, 10, 15 years, we now have seen, a vast number of apps crop up, and our view is that increasingly people want to simplify their financial tech stack, and that's why we're sort of at the forefront of that trend.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. That's great.
Thank you.
What do ApprovalMax do in a nutshell?
Sure. In a nutshell, ApprovalMax is a platform allowing customers to build financial controls for both accounts payable and account receivables. So in case you need to create a process of approving your bills, purchase orders, credit notes, batch payments, ApprovalMax would be the best choice for that.
Fantastic. And what are the key benefits that users see?
Sure. Our workflow engine is the best in class. So even if you have no technical background and you need to create a process for all of your company for approving these bills or purchase orders, you can easily do that in just a couple of minutes, maybe an hour max. And then you have a full process controlling which supplier should be created and who can approve that. Who can create and approve purchase orders, who can match all of these bills to purchase orders, and so on and so forth. So it's a very robust system in terms of how you can add financial controls in just minutes.
Amazing. And are there any things that set you apart from other apps in the space?
Well, Zero Marketplace shows that we are #1 in that space, so that's already quite a thing that sets us apart. And mainly that's because of the workflow engine, something that I mentioned previously, because our workflow engine is so good and so robust in terms of you can easily build workflows for pretty much any complexity. So it really makes it super easy for companies to simply add the platform, start working with that, and every user can easily understand the way it all works because it's very simplistic. User interface is so good.
Great. Are there any new features coming to ApprovalMax?
Yes, that's a great question. Actually, even here on the stand, we're showing that today we're launching 2 new products. The first one is an ApprovalMax Capture. That is an OCR solution allowing our customers to upload all of their bills into ApprovalMax straight away. It will extract the data and then you can submit it for approval. And on the other hand of the spectrum, it's an ApprovalMax Pay, allowing you to take all of these approved bills, create a batch out of it, and make the payment so you can just straight away pay to your suppliers.
Oh, fantastic. And lastly, are there any changes that you see happening within the space?
Well, what I hear a lot, pretty much on every conversation, people are talking about AI, of course, machine learning, and of course we are into that space as well. So when it comes to the OCR, we're learning from what data being sent and how which account codes or tracking categories has to be used for that. So that's, I think, the common thing for pretty much everyone on the market these days, and it probably will be even more in the following years because the technology evolves day after day.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much. So what does Chaser do in a nutshell?
Yes. So at Chaser, we help businesses bring in their revenue faster with our accounts receivable management software. So
Amazing.
Everything from the beginning of the journey when you sign up a new customer or you're thinking about signing up a new customer and you want to see how is their financials looking, are they able to pay me later down the road? You can do credit checking, and all the way until if they're not paying you on time, you can do the kind of payment follow-up as well. So everything in between.
Amazing. Yeah. And what are the key benefits that users see?
Yes. So the key benefits that Chaser users see is that they are saving so much time that they previously spent looking through spreadsheets, finding out who owes me what, what's their phone number, what's their email address. Now Chase just does that automatically for them, and also they are getting paid so much faster than they are when they're not using Chaser.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
And is there anything that kind of sets Chaser apart from other apps in the AR space, or what kind of makes Chaser unique?
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to kind of make those payment follow-ups like personalized, and each and every customer is different. So we differentiate ourselves from a lot of the other apps by letting you kind of set up workflows to chase all your different customers in a different way, because all those different customers are obviously different and shouldn't receive the same communication. And also we have released a lot of new AI features, such as payer rating and recommended chasing times, which looks at sort of your customers' payment behavior and when they open their emails, etc., and then recommends when you should send out those payment reminders.
Cool, and that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Are there any features on the horizon?
Yeah.
But lastly, are there any changes that you see kind of happening in the AR space?
Yes, I think people are more looking for ways to get in contact with their customers. So it's not just looking to send emails or picking up the phone, but they want to also be able to send those kind of letters, especially if the invoice is quite overdue, and they want to be able to kind of reach out to their customer before they send it to a debt collection agency, which is why we have released paper letters. So you can now send your customers letters from the Chaser software.
Amazing.
So we are always adapting, speaking to our customers, what is the issues you're facing, how can Chaser help solve them, and ultimately help you get paid faster.
Perfect, thank you so much, that was amazing. So what does Crezco do, like in a nutshell?
Yeah, so Crezco integrates with Xero, in essence, to make bill payments easier. So we have a partnership deal with Xero, where basically every small business can now pay all of their bills in the UK without having to leave the platform itself.
Nice.
So that's on the payable side. And then on the receivable side, we help adding a pay now button to any invoice completely for free.
Oh, cool.
So a business can receive payments completely for free, no charge added.
Nice.
Yep, and that's what
Cool.
Crezco
And so
does.
what are the key benefits that users see?
Yeah, so I'd say the key benefits is obviously in the cost. So by being able to just connect directly to a bank through open banking, we're able to get rid of all the middlemen and then essentially just make those payments instantly go out from the user's account straight to the supplier.
Nice.
So yeah, there's a big benefit in cost.
Awesome.
Also, payments are instant because they get done through faster payment rails. So basically, yeah, it just goes straight from the user's account straight into the supplier's account.
Cool.
But yeah.
And so what kind of sets Crezco apart from other payment providers? What's kind of unique about Crezco?
So I'd say it's going back into the open banking technology where we can connect directly to the user's bank account. We don't need to find any wallets, so it just goes straight out. And then I'd say a big part of our solution is being able to bulk pay suppliers.
Nice.
So if you have multiple suppliers to pay, and also internationally as well, you can put all of those bills into one pay run and be able to pay out to, I believe it's 170 different countries.
Oh, amazing.
All within one approval.
That's so cool. And so do you know if there are any new features coming to Crezco?
Yes, so for accountants that are using us already, there has been a high demand for a new import screen.
Okay.
That allows you to view up to 100 bills that you pull directly from Xero. So we have that now in-app. And then also we have many more features surrounding mostly international payments to make those a lot more seamless. Yeah.
Cool. Amazing. Thank you so much. So what does Fathom do in a nutshell?
In a nutshell, Fathom is a tool that's specifically designed for accountants. So whether that's in practice or working in business. And we really help to solve three primary problems. We're helping businesses to understand their numbers better, so getting insights into your financial performance. Helping businesses to tell the story of their numbers. So no one gets up in the morning and says, I want to produce reports, but the purpose of reporting is to communicate the story of your business with other stakeholders. So we help with creating those management reports. And finally, we also help you to confidently plan for the future with three-way cash flow forecasting.
Amazing. And so what would you say are the key benefits that users see?
I think the key benefits come down to our value statement, which is really to get helping business owners, business managers, CFOs and accountants to gain insights into their business and therefore get clarity into the performance of what's actually happening in their business. And then also with the planning piece to gain confidence into what's going to happen in the future. So we say, as you prepare a forecast, plan for the worst, hope for the best, and be prepared for anything in between.
Amazing. And what would you say kind of sets you apart from other apps in the space?
I think a couple of key differentiators. One of the things about Fathom is when we first started developing it and designing it, our goal was to make sure that it didn't look like a spreadsheet. To let the users do the thinking with their eyes. So very visual, so you can really look at a picture, a visualization of your numbers and gain insights pretty quickly. And the other sort of key differentiator is that we try and do as much of the heavy lifting as possible for the users. So really making it really turnkey, really simple to use. So just that focus on usability is a differentiator as well.
Great. Are there any new features on the horizon?
There's always new features. So what can I share? We've recently released some insights into your accounts receivable and accounts payable aging. So helping you to just better manage your cash flow by understanding, your key outstanding suppliers and customer payments. We're also doing some work to sort of improve our what we call bulk connect, or the import of large volumes of zero data rapidly into Fathom. And we've also recently extended our forecasting capability. We used to let you forecast for a 3-year horizon, but we've recently extended that to a 5-year horizon.
Amazing. And lastly, are there any kind of changes that you see happening within the space?
I think the change that I fundamentally see happening is just the ongoing improvements to tooling that's happening. It's just progressively reducing the time cost of business intelligence reporting and producing those forecasts. So I continue to see that getting easier and quicker.
Amazing. Thank you so much. That was great.
Cheers. Thanks, everyone.
So what did GoCardless do in a nutshell?
Yeah, so GoCardless is a payment service provider that focuses on direct debits and instant bank payments.
Cool. And what are the key benefits that users see?
So GoCardless can be integrated into Xero, so we can automatically reconcile payments and take care of accounts receivable.
Nice. And what kind of sets you apart from other apps in the space?
So I think how seamless the integration is. We are the best payment service provider linked into Xero for direct debit, for reducing debtor days and so on.
Cool. Are there any new features on the horizon?
So we do have instant bank pay linked into Xero, which allows users to make instant payments, which are settled same day and cheaper than a card payment as well.
Cool. Are there any kind of changes that you see happening in the space?
Yeah, I think open banking is a big change that's coming, and a lot of our integration partners are very cognizant of access to third-party user data, which allows the likes of GoCardless and your lenders, for example, to make quicker applications to things like loans, mortgages, and so on.
Amazing. Thank you so much. What does Joiin do in a nutshell?
So Joiin is basically a streamlined, consolidated reporting platform for Xero, where you can manage kind of multiple groups, multiple currencies, manage intercompany eliminations, and lots of other really exciting features as well, dashboarding, report packs.
Fantastic. And what are the key benefits that users see?
Benefits, so it's the classic ones really, speeding up your month-end process. So what can normally take up to days, maybe weeks, to kind of produce those consolidated reports for our customers can be done in as little as 5 minutes really.
Amazing.
And that's kind of 5 minutes from setup to running reports to us, a really quick time to value.
Oh, fantastic. And what kind of sets Joiin apart from other apps in the consolidation space? What do you do really well?
Yeah, so we're really good at that kind of granular detail around the consolidation. So the management of intercompany eliminations, the flexibility within our customer reports, but then the ease of use as well. So that's probably our big thing. Our kind of customers time and time again, so you can see this in our reviews on the Xero Marketplace, they say just how simple it is to use, and you don't need any kind of technical background as well. So we have non-accountants using Joiin as well as the most experienced kind of CFOs.
Cool. And are there any new features on the horizon?
Yeah, new features. So we're bringing some new ones in around kind of the reporting with categories from Xero as well. So that's a really popular one. We're looking to launch a forecasting module as well. That's going to be coming back end of this year. And then lots of other kind of design improvements as well. So we're getting the design team in at the moment.
Nice.
To kind of give us a bit of a revamp, a bit of a
Amazing.
facelift.
That's cool. And lastly, what changes do you sort of see happening in the consolidation space?
Well, I think it's basically as the kind of Xero ecosystem grows and people become more aware of it and kind of the move to cloud, people are realizing that why on earth would you produce your consolidated reports in Excel when you can get an app to do it?
Yeah.
And obviously that app should be Joiin. Other apps are available. But no, that's the big change we see. People are kind of being pushed, sometimes kicking and screaming, into the cloud and kind of making the most of the ecosystem.
Nice. Well, amazing.
Thanks,
Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
What does Lightyear do, like in a nutshell?
So in a nutshell, the basis of Lightyear is our automated data extraction. So it's 100% accurate line item data extraction from invoices. And built into that, we have things such as approval workflows. We also have the ability to raise and match purchase orders to invoices. And we also allow for automatic statement reconciliation as well. It's something that saves bookkeepers a lot of time. So basically it's time saved, data extraction, matching purchase orders.
Nice. And so what would you say are those key benefits that users see?
Yeah, so the first benefit that people would see within the first couple of weeks is obviously the time save. So people will be saying, you know, I put my invoices through into Lightyear, that saved me 50% of my time right away. Beyond that, it is things like audit trails, keeping track of approvals, and obviously keeping things compliant as well. So our approvals would typically replace either other systems where the approvals are just one step and they need more detail than that, or for anyone who doesn't have an automated system, it would be replacing things where approvals are just done via email. So it's quite a lot of good audit trail, time save, and obviously accuracy as well. The data extraction, we do it in line item straight away, so it has accuracy against that.
Nice. Awesome. And what would you say kind of sets Lightyear apart from other AP solutions? What's kind of unique about Lightyear?
So one of the things, and this is for the bookkeepers, the automatic statement reconciliation, I'm nearly certain nobody does that anymore.
Right.
In essence, you put statements into Lightyear, you put the invoice into Lightyear and automatically matches for you.
Nice.
That's literally tons and tons of quotes of people saying that saves us, 10 hours a week even as well. Beyond that, it would be the ability to raise purchase orders. So I know it's something that some people might not do because obviously there is the extra admin step to it. But there's time saved there again. We automatically match POs to invoices and the line item detail as well. Again, some other solutions that don't give that line item detail. Anyone who is dealing with any sort of stock where they need that lines for inventory, or even anyone who just needs that level of detail, the line item is another sort of point that sets us apart as well.
Nice. Yeah, cool. And are there any new features on the horizon?
Yes. So I don't know if the camera picks it up. I might be covering it. We have our expenses management system. It's actually currently in beta with some of our customers.
Cool.
But it's a new system where we're basically allowing the reconciliation or the recoupment of out-of-pocket expenses. So using the mobile app, very simple. Anyone who has out-of-pocket expenses on trips such as this, for example, we'll actually be using it internally ourselves going to Xerocon. Be able to take pictures of receipts, put that into the reports, have those approved, and obviously reconciled as well from their side. So expenses module is definitely something that is coming soon.
Cool.
It's one of those things that if people are using our AP solution already, it's another very, very quick add-on to, again, save them time and obviously keep everyone happy who works with them as well.
Nice. Just lastly, what changes do you kind of see happening in the AP space?
So in terms of the AP space, the biggest things I see changing are more automation and obviously AI. This is probably every time you scroll down LinkedIn, you see people talking about AI every 20 seconds. I think AI definitely will be that change. Obviously, it won't be replacing the most important part, which is, of course, still the people. But the AI that comes in, for example, to run reports, if it's something, although obviously reporting is still quite fast, you're sort of selecting drop-downs and everything like that, you just say, okay, what's my expenditure against this nominal, and it works out for you. So definitely that AI space, again, doing what we are doing in terms of taking away the kind of manual aspect of things.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
That was great.
Thank you.
What do Mayday do in a nutshell?
So Mayday, our mission is to mend month end, starting with the needs of multi-entity businesses. So we help automate intercompany balance sheet recs, the recharging of costs and revenues between entities, and cross-entity bank rec.
Cool. And what are the key benefits that users see?
So in the kind of specific sense, massive time saving in closing month end, 98% faster, improved accuracy. And then in the larger sense, we're so excited to be playing a key role in enabling businesses to scale with Xero as the accounting system that they love.
And what sort of differentiates Mayday from other apps in the space?
So yeah, we're really proud to be part of the finance tech stack community. We're really best of breed focused on all of the work, as I like to say, between accurate bookkeeping and accurate accounting at month end. So play really brilliantly with reporting and consolidation tools like Fathom, Syft and Joiin. I'm really proud to be sort of owning the space when it comes to month end accounting automation.
Awesome. And are there any new features on the horizon?
There very much are. So coming within the next week, we have the AR and AP matching by contact equivalent of our product Balancer. So Balancer has been live for over a year now, performing brilliantly for intercompany balance sheet recs. We've had a huge number of requests for the AR and AP equivalent matching by contact, and so excited to have that live in product within the next week, 10 days.
Amazing. And lastly, what sort of changes do you see happening in the space?
Yeah, so it's really interesting having the opportunity to reflect on that at a Xerocon. So our last Xerocon in the UK was in July 22, and it really strikes me the extent to which there are just so many more conversations now about growing up with Xero, scaling with Xero as a larger SME, a multi-entity business, and just how possible it is to not just extend your life and the cost savings that come with it, but build a far superior system than the horrible and hectic move to an ERP with the monolithic modules would entail. And we're so excited to be playing an instrumental role in that.
Amazing. Thank you so much, David. So what do Pleo do in a nutshell?
Pleo is an all-in-one business spend solution which allows accountants' clients to basically optimize all aspects of company spending. So things like company card spend, reimbursements, invoice processing, management of software tools, and more.
Cool. And what are the key benefits that users see?
I think really the main one that comes up again and again is around time saving. The more that we speak to our customers and the accountants that use our product, that's what they cite as being a huge benefit, that on average finance teams save 138 hours a year on everything that has to do with expenses and spend management.
Cool. And so what sort of sets Pleo apart? What's kind of like unique about Pleo?
Yeah. I think really with Pleo, like of course there are other solutions that maybe offer parts of what we do. There are other card solutions in the space, expenses, etc. But we've been around since 2015, and since then really prioritised the kind of core financial infrastructure behind our offering. So partnered with JP Morgan, with MasterCard and with Banking Circle to provide that really strong infrastructure from the start.
Amazing. And are there any new features on the horizon?
Always lots of new features on the horizon. We have a product team of over 300, I think. So as you can imagine, they're always working on some new things. But we're doing a lot more work to our invoices offering at the moment. We're also releasing more products in the region of credit offerings, overdraft, things like that. And we've also recently launched in the US. So starting to kind of build out the offering there as well.
Amazing. And just lastly, do you see any changes happening in the space?
I think over the last year or so, I've definitely noticed that there's a bit more of a focus for accountants on helping clients with visibility and control and budgeting. Whereas a couple of years ago, I'd say the focus was much more on kind of growth at any cost. So I'm definitely starting to see that reflected in some of the conversations that I'm having as well.
Nice. Thank you so much. What does Syft do in a nutshell?
Cool. Syft does a lot of things. Nutshells are a bit difficult. So it depends what you're looking for. So firstly, we integrate with several accounting providers at a transactional level, which gives you quite a bit of flexibility. You can do things like daily or weekly reporting instead of just monthly or quarterly. You can drill down on the visuals, you can drill down on your financial statements. And then the tool set itself does consolidations, forecasting, four-way forecasting, so cash flow statements, KPIs, operational data, benchmarking, automated reporting, interactive reporting. And we also released a new tool called Syft Assist, which is in the AI space, where
cool.
pretty much anything you're looking at on the tool set, you can generate insights for it, get it to narrate those insights for you, attach those insights to a PDF. So yeah, we're really excited about that, and we're sure it's going to grow a lot, and we're trying to get onto our reporting as well.
Cool, amazing. And so what are the key benefits that users get from Syft?
Definitely saving time.
Yeah.
So whether you're doing a console, we can pretty much do consoles of consoles, saving time on those eliminations, saving time on reporting for those consoles, and just saving time on reporting in general.
Amazing.
And also being able to drill down into the data allows you to kind of stay within one platform instead of going into your underlying accounting provider. So you can actually see what transactions are contributing to the trends on the graph, and you can advise clients better using that.
Cool. And so what are the things that kind of set you apart or make you unique compared to other apps in that space?
Cool, so definitely the transactional level integrations. We are one of the only tools in our space that do have that level of integration. And then I'd also say our pricing, because we have an unlimited entity pricing model where the pricing is capped, and you can, as a practice, keep growing without the price changing.
Nice.
And we also have that new AI tool, which I believe we are the first in the market to have.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
That's
Thank you
great.
as well.
Thank you. So what does Unleash do in a nutshell?
Unleash is a cloud-based inventory management solution for any SME that is looking to move away from spreadsheets for managing inventory, supply chain operations, plugged into Xero, plugged into the e-commerce channels as well, to really just give those businesses the visibility that they need over movement of their stock.
And what are the key benefits users see?
So the key benefits are really the visibility. So Unleash has batch tracking capabilities, serial tracking capabilities. Obviously there's limits with a spreadsheet managing stock, and then obviously not plugged into Xero. So being able to be plugged into Xero, purchase orders, invoices, bills getting sent across, it really connects the ecosystem for a manufacturer, for a wholesaler, and a distributor business that's moving stock around. So visibility is a key thing.
And what kind of differentiates Unleash from other apps in the ecosystem?
So the biggest differentiator is the support that we provide to our clients. So we are based in Bristol, in the UK, and we have a team down in APAC as well. We have all of our customer-facing teams, our onboarding team, our support team, our sales team, marketing team. We're all based here. We're in the same time zone, which is a huge differentiator for us in the market. And our Trustpilot, our Xero App Store reviews are like 5 stars, pretty much. So we could talk all day about the functionality, but we're here to serve the customers the best way we can, and that is our key differentiator.
Awesome. And are there any new features on the horizon?
So yeah, there's a lot of sort of like within the product coming out. The biggest one that we've just released is our forecasting demand planning tool. So we're moving away from just basic inventory management, visibility of stock, all the way through to giving our customers the insights into purchasing goods in, seasonality within their businesses, and really giving them the keys to scale their business alongside the other apps that they're using. So that's super cool.
Cool. And lastly, are there any sort of changes that you see happening in the space?
In our space, the biggest change is all positive. It's about the businesses wanting to move to a cloud-based tool for supply chain. We're obviously at Xerocon. There's amazing financial tools around us today. The biggest change is that businesses are realizing how important operations is and moving to the cloud for their operations and supply chain. So it's all positive in terms of a change, and that's why we're here, and we're loving speaking to the accountants here who are telling us about that change as well. So
amazing.
All positive.
Thank you so much. That's great. So what do WorkGuru do?
We're an all-in-one job management system for small and medium business. We cover everything from leads to quotes to projects, invoicing, purchases and timesheets in one system.
Nice. And what are the key benefits that users see?
Reduction in admin cost, removal of any double entry, and much improved visibility in project management, costings on projects.
And what's kind of unique about you guys compared to other apps in the ecosystem?
We fundamentally do everything that you need in small business job management. So like I said, everything that we've got there, key differentiators are things like we do stock control and timesheets in one system, but also we've got a pretty advanced construction module that allows you to deal with retentions, variations and progress grades really easily.
Nice. Are there any new features on the horizon?
There are a few. I can't talk about them all right now. The ones I can talk about, we have HubSpot and Shopify integrations coming out in the next few weeks. Yeah.
Nice. And just lastly, are there any kind of changes that you see happening in the space?
Yeah, we see a lot of the time we see clients used to have to stitch 10 or 12 apps together, and we're seeing a lot of people wanting to slimline their tech stack, and it's one of the reasons that we build so many features in. So you're not trying to deal with 6, 7, 8 integrated applications and trying to cut that number down.
Nice. Great. Thank you so much.